Hello and welcome students once again to my channel Easy Commerce. How are you students? I hope you all are fine and happy. Today we are going to start second chapter of Business Services part 1. Originally you know it that business, that is what? That is economic activity. We are having business, profession and employment. These are your economic activity. And the main aim of economic activity, that is to earn something in return, which is called as a profit. That means what? Shall we say that profit is certain? Do you expect the same amount of profit every year? No students. May be possible बच्चों, हर साल same profit earn नहीं कर पाओगे. Okay? Which are the reason? Is there any specific reason regarding such that you don't have such kind of expectation to get the same amount of profit every year? Students, we are having internal risk and external risk, that which we have already discussed earlier in the first chapter. What happens may be possible due to certain risk. Your profit reduces. चलो profit reduce होता है तब तक तो कोई problem नहीं है, लेकिन might be possible due to certain risk your assets or goods that is going to be damaged. That means you will be having certain kind of financial loss. अब अगर बिजनेस में लॉस हुआ तो उस लॉस को कैसे बेयर किया जाए? Are you going to suffer a full loss? Do you have any kind of protection for that loss? Do you require certain kind of compensation to reduce your loss? Okay, so such kind of protection against risk, I repeat, protection against risk. Risk is not going to be removed. Risk is going to be reduced. And to reduce the risk, the coverage will be there, which is called as compensation. The amount of compensation will be given by certain agency, which is called as insurance company. And these insurance companies are providing such kind of services to the businessmen, to the employment, to the professional persons also, and to individuals also. So today we are going to discuss about the services and especially regarding insurance. We are having a lot of importance of services in the business and in economic activities. These services are increases the facility and convenience to the society. Which are those kind of services? Students, you know it very well. Banking services, that is definitely going to help to the business, to the individual persons and to society. Now it comes insurance. This is most important thing. Next, that is postal services. Nowadays, postal services is going to be converted into a e-commerce, at the same time email facilities. Okay, so by that way you can transfer your data to the customers or to the traders immediately as and when it is needed. Storage services, which is called as warehousing services. Okay, transportation services, that means to transfer your goods from one place to the another place you require service, and for easy transportation such kind of services are being available in the market, and these kind of services are always been helpful to the organizations. So this facilitate industries, agricultural and other business activities as we know it very well. This is also working as a social and family related services. For individual persons also, these kind of services are very much helpful, and that's why each and every activities relating to your services, that is naturally called as interdependent. That means business is dependent on services and services are also helpful to the business and other activities. So these are called as naturally independent services. Okay, now let us understand the insurance. Why insurance is required? To protect the risk, to get the certain kind of coverage from the risk, to reduce the financial loss. Okay, it is not going to remove your risk. Risk is not going to be removed, but you are going to get certain kind of compensation against that risk and your loss is going to be reduced. So we are about to discuss insurance. Let us see insurance. What is insurance? You know it very well, students. बच्चों, आपको इंश्योरेंस के बारे में बहुत कुछ पता है, ओके, आपने बहुत कुछ सुना हुआ है. द सेम थिंग इज गोइंग टू बी हियर. व्हाट इज दैट? अ रिटन कॉन्ट्रैक्ट और एग्रीमेंट. Between whom? Between insuree and insurer. Okay, two parties will always be there for any kind of contract and agreement. We are having for such kind of written agreement which is having two parties, that is insuree and insurer. Insuree have to pay pre-decided amount as it is called as premium, which is going to be compensated as per the risk covered and the amount decided for the financial loss. It has to be decided, that is, what will be the amount which you require to cover, what will be the amount which you are going to get as a part of compensation. So it is compensated as per the risk covered and amount decided for the financial loss. The contract, say it properly. Insurance contract is a written form and is known as insurance policy. The contract which is in written form between two parties, that contract is called as insurance policy. Okay, and that is once again, as if I had already discussed, that insurance will not remove the risk but compensates for the financial loss. Dear students, let's move to find out the principles of insurance. See students, originally the roots of insurance are connected with society, and it is an agreement between two parties, as if we have already discussed. So insurance is not a simple or ordinary contract. This also includes certain kind of principles, and principles must have to be followed. Okay, so right now we are having principles, certain principles are there. First principle, that is principle of utmost good faith. Good faith. You can very well understand what is the meaning of good faith. Second principle, that is principle of indemnity. Okay, that we are going to discuss. And the third principle, that is principle of insurable interest. And the fourth principle, that is principle of subrogation. Let us discuss first principle, that is principle of utmost good faith. As if that is contract, an insurance contract cannot be making profit. That means what? You can take insurance of your goods or your assets. That will be just only at the same value of that assets or goods only. You are not going to get any of the profit from that damage. Okay, so law of insurance is a social concept. Okay, this is based on mutual and complete faith. Insuree and insurer both have to provide all the related information as if it has been considered as a part of insurance. If you think that this information will be helpful and benefited for that particular insurance, that must have to be provided to both of the person. Okay, the insurance product should have to, that means all the information relating to your insurance product, okay, that should have to be provided, that information should have to be provided to insurer. At the same time, insuree should have to provide all the information relating to your goods and assets to insurer. So even if it is not asked, then also all the information should have to provide it. In case if you have not provided such information which is beneficial to that particular insurance product, then may be possible it amounts to fraud. And that's why the policy which you have taken for that particular goods or assets, for the compensation, for the reduction in your risk, okay, the policy stands for null and void. That means it will be null and void, it will be cancelled, and no return of premium is going to be received by insuree, and you are not going to have any kind of right of compensation. अगर आपने गलत information दी है, अगर आपके बारे में कोई भी information, that means goods or assets related आपने गलत information दी है, okay, then may be possible at the time of coverage, at the time of compensation, suppose if insurance company gets the information that you have provided wrong information, then the policy stands null and void. Policy will be cancelled and you will not get any amount in return as a part of compensation. इसलिए both of the parties must have to provide the information which is true and fair, and that's why it is called as principle of utmost good faith. Let us understand the information regarding principle of indemnity. Indemnity मतलब क्या बच्चों? Compensation pay करना. That means what? The amount should have to be compensated. That means insurance contract is made to compensate for the loss incurred by the insuree. So the main objective of insurance is the principle of indemnity. So the thing is that originally the amount which has been compensated by insurer, okay, that is called as principle of indemnity. Now, how much to pay to insuree? What is the actual amount which insurer will pay to insuree? Insurer will only about to pay compensation, and insuree is not about to earn profit from that insurance policy. This has not been applicable to life insurance. Now let us understand one example. See, in case आपके प्रोडक्ट की वैल्यू है 5 लाख, ध्यान रखना, you have taken policy of 3 lakh. That means you required to get risk coverage of 3 lakh. The value of your goods is 5 lakh. You have taken policy of 3 lakh. And in case you will be having total loss of 5 lakh, okay, as per the goods which is with you, अगर total loss हुआ, total goods damage हुआ, then also as if the value of your policy is 3 lakh, you are about to get only 3 lakh rupees as a part of compensation. क्यों? क्योंकि आपने सिर्फ 3 लाख का ही पॉलिसी लिया हुआ था, आपका टोटल गुड्स बर्न हुआ, आपका टोटल गुड्स डैमेज हुआ, बट देन ऑल्सो द अमाउंट ऑफ पॉलिसी सम assured that is 3 lakh only, and because of that you are going to get compensation of 3 lakh only. If full goods is going to be damaged, if full asset is going to be damaged, then you are going to get the full amount of insurance policy. Let us understand the same second point. If the same way, if the value of your product is 5 lakh, you have taken insurance policy of 5 lakh. If your goods has been damaged fully, okay, that means the total goods has been damaged of 5 lakh, then only you are going to get the total amount of 5 lakh as a part of compensation. Once again बच्चों, क्यों? क्योंकि आपने टोटल पॉलिसी जो है वो आपके गुड्स के वैल्यू के हिसाब से ही ली हुई है, एंड दैट्स व्हाई फॉर द होल अमाउंट व्हेनेवर इट इज गोइंग टू बी डैमेज, होल एसेट्स और योर गुड्स आर बीन डैमेज, देन यू आर गोइंग टू गेट द फुल अमाउंट एज अ पार्ट ऑफ कॉम्पेंसेशन. अब थर्ड पॉइंट बहुत ध्यान रखना, हाउ मच टू पे, हाउ मच विल बी द अमाउंट फॉर द कॉम्पेंसेशन, दैट इज कॉल्ड एज प्रिंसिपल ऑफ इंडेमनिटी. वंस अगेन द सेम रीजन इज गोइंग टू बी डिस्कस हियर. द गुड्स, द वैल्यू ऑफ योर गुड्स और एसेट इज 5 lakh. The policy which you have taken, that is 3 lakh. That means only 60% of the value of your asset that has been taken as a insurance policy. Okay, you have taken only out of 5 lakh, you have taken 60% amount, you requires risk coverage of 60% only. Now in case proportionate part of your goods or assets, if it is going to be damaged, okay, that means what, suppose proportionate portion of 2 lakh that is going to be damaged, okay, then the amount of compensation which you are going to receive, that is also proportionately. So 60% of 2 lakh, that comes to 1,20,000, and that's why the amount of compensation is also going to be calculated on the proportionate basis, and that's why the amount which you are going to receive, that is 1,20,000 only. I hope you have understood properly, students. Okay? अगर आपने पूरा गुड्स, अगर वैल्यूएशन अगर आपकी जो भी है, आपने इन केस पूरी पॉलिसी ली हुई है, इन केस फुल गुड्स जो है वो डैमेज हो रहा है, देन यू आर गोइंग टू गेट द फुल अमाउंट एज अ पार्ट ऑफ कॉम्पेंसेशन. बट सपोज इन केस you have received or you have taken with a lesser amount of your insurance policy, then you are also going to get proportionate amount of compensation. Third principle is principle of insurable interest. Principle of insurable interest. Insuree must have interest on that particular goods or asset. Any of the third party who do not have interest on any goods, that particular person is not going to be having any kind of amount which is going to be received as a part of compensation. Okay, it is not going to be insured. See, insuree must have financial interest in the product of a product insured. आपके पास आपका गुड्स और एसेट है, you are having financial interest in that goods or asset, and in case there will be any kind of damage in that particular goods or asset, then and then only you are going to get compensation. Third party, another person who is not related to your goods or any of your asset, that particular person will not take insurance on your goods. That means a owner of a house will have financial interest in that particular house. But tenant, do you think that tenant is having same interest, financial interest in your house or owner's house? No, students. That means tenant is not having financial interest in owner's house. That's why the compensation will not be going to be given to tenant. Tenant is not going to get such kind of insurance on which he is not having financial interest. That's why the principle itself is principle of insurable interest. आपको आपके ही goods और asset में financial interest होना चाहिए. Then and then only you will get the same benefits. Last and important information, that is your policy, that is principle of subrogation. इसका मतलब क्या हुआ बच्चों कि अगर आपने कोई गुड्स और एसेट्स के ऊपर इंश्योरेंस लिया हुआ है, इन केस इफ देयर विल बी एनी काइंड ऑफ डैमेज, इफ इन केस इंश्योरेंस कंपनी विल कॉम्पेंसेट टू यू, ओके, देन द ओनरशिप विल बी ट्रांसफर्ड फ्रॉम ओनर टू इंश्योरेंस कंपनी. दैट इज कॉल्ड एज प्रिंसिपल ऑफ सब्रोगेशन. लेट्स सी, insurable product, if it is fully damaged, then damaged products ownership will be transferred from owner to the insurance company. That is called as principle of subrogation. आपको आपकी ownership, आपका product या asset, that is must to be transferred to insurance company, and that is called as principle of subrogation. This is once again not applicable to life insurance. Types of insurance के बारे में we are going to discuss in the next session. I hope students you are clear about the concept and principles of insurance. Please do take care of yourself. Stay safe, stay happy. Thank you very much. Goodbye.